Chapter 15, Purushottama Yoga, the Yoga of the Supreme Person. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Kripa Srimurtaye Srimati Bhakti Gaurava Narasingha Maharaja iti namine. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti namine. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. Verse 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhvamulam Adashakam Ashvatam Prabhur Avyayam Chandamsi Yasha Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavit. Bhagavan Sri Krishna said, "It has been told that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots above, its branches below, and its leaves are the Vedic mantras. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas." Verse 2. Adas chordvam prastritas tasya shaka guna pravrida vishaya pravalaha adas chamulanyanu santatani karmanu bandini manushaloke. Some branches of this tree spread upwards and others grow downwards, nourished by the modes of nature. The twigs on the tree are the sense objects, and the roots that extend downwards reach the human plane and are the cause of the binding activities of human society. Verses 3 and 4. Na rupam asheya tato palabhyate nanto nachadir nacha samprastista ashvatamenam subirudamulam asanga shastrena dridhena chitva tata padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyaha Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yata pravriti prashrita purani. The form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. Indeed, none can fully comprehend where the tree begins, where it ends, or where its foundation lies. One must cut down this strong-rooted banyan tree with the weapon of detachment and search out that place from which, once having gone, one never returns. One must take shelter of the Supreme Person, from whom all things have originated from time immemorial. Anuvriti by Srila Guru Maharaj. Herein the material world is compared to a great banyan tree, whose roots are above and branches below, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns, etc. This is an analogy of the material world as a reflection of reality, whose origin, foundation, and end are fully indiscernible to conditioned living beings in the grasp of material illusion. One must cut through this illusion with the weapon of detachment and search out knowledge of the supreme abode of Krishna. The Taittiriya Aranyaka says the following: Urdhva mulam arvakshakam vriksham yo veda samprati nasajatu jana shradhadyat mrityurma matrayaditi. He who knows this banyan tree with roots upwards and branches downwards acquires the faith, shraddha, that death will not conquer him. Verse 5. Nirmana mohajita sangha dosha adhyatma nitya vinrita kamaha vanvar vimukta sukha dukkha samjnar gachanchamuda padam avyayam tata. Free from pride, illusion, and bad association, dedicated to spiritual pursuits, forsaking lust, unburdened by the dualities of happiness and distress, such wise persons attain the eternal realm. Verse 6. Na tad vasayate suryo na shashanko na pavakaha yad gatvana nivartante tadama paramam mama. My supreme abode is not illuminated by sun, moon, or fire. Once attaining that abode, one never returns. Verse 7. Mamaivam sho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manashastan indriyani prakritistani karshati. The living beings of this world are my eternal particles. These living beings struggle with the five senses and the mind, which is the sixth sense within. Verse 8. Shariram yadavapnoti yachchapyukra matishvaraha Grit vaitani samyati vayurgandani vashayat. Whenever the individual being, the master of the body, accepts or gives up a material body, his senses and mind follow him to the next birth, just as the wind carries a fragrance from its source. Anuvriti by Srila Guru Maharaj. Perfection in Bhakti Yoga or Krishna consciousness is not achieved without striving to be free from false pride and illusion. To achieve this, one should keep company with like-minded persons in pursuit of the absolute truth. In other words, one should give up bad association. From the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Asatsanga Tyaga E Vaishnava Achara Sri Sangha Eka Asadu Krishna Bhakta Ara. A Vaishnava Bhakti Yogi should always avoid bad association, those who are materially attached, who are addicted to illicit sex, and who are not interested in the cultivation of the absolute truth. That was the Madhya Lila of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. The supreme abode of Sri Krishna is the final destination of the Bhakti Yogi, and Krishna says that his abode is not illuminated by sun, moon, or fire. Not illuminated by sun, moon, or fire means that the supreme abode is beyond the reach of the darkness that exists in the material world. In the supreme abode of Krishna, known by great self-realized yogis as Goloka Vrindavan, everything is filled with the self-effulgence of Krishna. From the Katha Upanishad, Na tatra suryobhati na chanda tarakam Nema vujuto banti kuto yam agnihi Tameva bantam anubhati sarvam Tasya basa sarvam idam vibhati. The sun does not shine there, nor the moon, nor the stars, nor does lightning shine. How then can fire burn? When the Supreme Being shines, all these shine. Through his effulgence, he illuminates all things. That was the Katha Upanishad. Krishna also says that once attaining that supreme abode, one never returns to this world of birth and death. The material world is filled with unlimited fallibilities, but the supreme abode is infallible. The fallibility of the material world includes envy, greed, lust, hate, vengefulness, etc. But these material qualities cannot enter the abode of Krishna. Some thinkers have postulated that the living beings in this material world have originally fallen from their eternal position in the supreme abode. Such persons are known as fall bodies. According to the thinking of the fall bodies, the supreme abode is fallible and subject to envy, dissatisfaction, greed, hate, and so on. The word fallible comes from the Latin word fallere, that means to deceive. In order to deceive, there must be ignorance, forgetfulness, and suspicion, etc. However, considering that no material qualities exist in the supreme abode, it is not possible for any liberated living being there to become contaminated by material qualities. Krishna says that once going to that abode, one never returns to the material world. Yad gatvat na nirvartante. Krishna does not say that going again to the supreme abode one never returns. Therefore, it is understood by Krishna's own words that no one falls from the supreme abode. All living beings in the spiritual and material worlds are eternally Krishna's parts and particles. Mamaivam sho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha. However, the living beings who are conditioned by material nature and who have no control of their senses or knowledge of the supreme abode are again and again reborn within the world of birth and death. At the time of death, they are carried away to their next body by material desires in the mind, just as the fragrance is carried by the wind.